Hey everybody, I'm Michael Levine. Today I want to talk a little bit about the relationship between hairdressers and salons and product manufacturers. Your power as a hairdresser is in your hands and in your skill set and your ability, and it is not in the bottle. It is not in the product that you put on a client's hair. Now, that isn't to say that you can't have products that you love and have a great relationship with a manufacturer. That's totally awesome, and I wish I had a great well, I used to have some good relationships with manufacturers, but I don't play that well with other people, so I had to create my own brand and my own product company, become my own manufacturer, because I don't get along that well with other people when they tell me what to do. So some of these companies are awesome and they totally understand and value the hairdresser relationship, but some of them have positioned themselves a little bit differently. And this message is for maybe some of those people. Understand that those companies, those shampoo companies, are lucky to do business with you. They are lucky that you're endorsing them to your clients. They are blessed and lucky and should be on their knees thanking you every single day for endorsing their product. And understand this, most of these product companies came from nowhere and nobody had ever heard of them. None of these guys had marketing budgets to reach out to the public. Their marketing budgets were to reach out to us, and then we're the ones who marketed things to the public. We're the ones who did all the heavy lifting. We've done all the work. We have made all of these brands, and we continue to make these brands. And every time some new miracle brand comes out and a bunch of hairdressers get on board and then they ditch the other brand and they get on board and say, well, this is the new thing and this is amazing and oh my God, I can't live without it. And you're doing all the work. You're the one putting these guys on the map. There's nothing wrong with this, except for the people that don't understand this relationship. And this is what I wanted to talk to you about, is you understanding that you're the one in control. You're the one with the power. You as a hairdresser or you as a salon owner, you are not defined by what you put in somebody's hair or what you sell on your shelf. If you are defined by those guys and you're comfortable with that relationship, that's totally fine. Me, I'm a bit of an independent character. I'm a little bit of an entrepreneur that way. And I understand that some of these companies have a whole plan for your business if you want to follow their method, and you will be very, very successful. But for me, I like to kind of forge my own ground, and I like to do things and travel. Maybe it's the path of most resistance. That's what I've always done, and maybe that's why I'm not super wildly successful, but I do all right. But I've had a lot of trials and tribulations, and I've made a lot of wonderful discoveries on my own as a hairdresser and as a salon owner. I am totally fine with a manufacturer being selective on where their product is sold and asking for photographs of a salon, because, they have to find the relationship that's going to represent them best. But understand, most of these guys in the beginning of their life as a hair product were begging people to notice them and would have been happy to take anything. And then as soon as the scale starts or the balance starts to tip, then all of a sudden things change. It pisses me off. I'm so pro hairdresser, I'm so pro salon owner that I just want you guys, if you're in bed with a manufacturer, that's totally fine if you're comfortable with it, but understand at the end of the day, never get too close. Understand that ultimately they're lucky to have you. A kind of a cool example of this, I was at a class with my education director, Devin. We were at this evening, kind of drink some wine and watch some dudes do hair. And the guy on stage that was doing hair is a good friend of mine. And he had just flown in from somewhere and stopped in town, done this class. So he's prepping his model. He's about to prep his model, and he doesn't have any product with him. So he asks out to the salon that's hosting, and he goes, oh, I need some product that'll do this. Now, I make my own product. I had a product in my bag. My wife had asked me to bring it home that night from the salon. So I had a product in my bag, and it's my Desert Island product. I want to say I can't live without it, but of course I can live without it. I can do hair with anything because I'm awesome. But it's one of those products that I really, really love. I use it on literally 90% of my clients. So I had it in my bag, and I kind of cheeky, I walked up out of the audience and handed it to him. Now, how cool is this? Dude is on stage in front of 50 of his peers, and he grabbed a product that he had never heard of, never seen, smelled, or used before, used it in his model's hair on stage, because he's awesome, so why wouldn't he? He can do whatever. He's such a great hairdresser. Goes back home stunningly, does this big production, just beautiful, flawless, perfect finish, doesn't miss a beat, Would he have found something else that could have performed better from his usual kit? Probably. But he trusted in his skills. He trusted in his skill set and knew that he didn't rely on a product to make him look good as a hairdresser. Now, cut to a week later. We work with one manufacturer outside of my own brand. And they sent in an educator, a really brilliant hairdresser from New York. Well, the needs list on this styling class from this company had 6 products that needed to be layered into the model's hair. And they were trying to imply like you couldn't possibly create this look without layering this, and then the foundation, and then this product, and then the cream, and then the finish, and all this stuff. And so literally, this half the class was spent in layering product. And for me as a hairdresser, now this was an editorial styling class, so it's not a regular consumer client class. But for me as a hairdresser, if you need 6 products to make the hair look good, there's something wrong. And I know this guy could have done it with nothing because he's an awesome hairdresser, but he's towing the company line and saying you have to have these products. And there are so many of you hairdressers out there who believe this stuff, and it drives me crazy. I was at another class not too long ago. Brilliant hair cutter, launched a new line recently. This guy, instead of water, uses something else that they sell instead of water. So he's soaking the hair down and using, like, I'm talking an insanely excessive amount of this product in somebody's hair. And then as the hair dries, he's putting in more. Well, if you can dump half a bottle of this product into somebody's hair, it's probably not doing anything. It's probably not effective. If you can put in so much and there's no detriment, then chances are there's no advantage either. This is the kind of thing that hairdressers buy hook, line, and sinker. And I'm just telling you, if you believe this stuff from these manufacturers, then you've been gotten to. And I want you to wake up. This doesn't mean that manufacturers don't make awesome products and they don't totally help you as a hairdresser. And that retail relationship isn't a brilliant, amazing thing that salon owners can profit from. And retail, and I've talked about it before because I'm so pro retail, because retail is about solving clients' hair problems. I'm all about that. But never forget that you are a hairdresser and you are amazing. And if you're not amazing, if you can't do something without the bottle, then work on your skills. Start practicing your skill set. And it's a really important... Hairdressers will do this in the salon. I see it. It happens in my own salons. People will do a blow dry, like a big blow. They'll do a blow dry, and then they'll use dry shampoo to get volume in that blow dry. And it's like, well, if you had picked the right product and done proper elevation on your round brushing, and then done a little bit of back combing, you wouldn't have needed to use the dry shampoo or the hair powder to get the volume. You would have had it in the blowout in the first place, like we used to back in the day before there was dry shampoo. Man, we'd get hair huge back in the day because we knew how to style. If you don't know how to style, go back and learn how to style. Understand what on base and elevation means in finishing and start working those things. Don't be a lazy finisher and then go in with a dry shampoo and then zhuzh and make bigger. Just make it bigger with your finishing. Understand you can do this. You can do amazing things with your hands. I love product companies. I have one myself. This is not bashing product companies. Just understand that you make them, they don't make you.